Hey guys, Troubletcat here, recording for the Zombie Arcade as always, and today, showing you guys some Battlefield 4. This was kind of a lousy match, but whatever, I hadn't played for a long time before the patch came out, which is the topic of this video. A big patch came out a few days ago for this here BF4. In fact, this was the patch that finally brought the game up to something that would be reasonably acceptable for a release date of a major video game. There were major changes to weapons, UI, especially the ability to customize your UI more, big changes to movement, hit detection, a lot of changes to many maps in Rush to rebalance those maps. The big one here, I think it won't be surprising for long-term viewers, the thing I really want to talk about the most is the changes to the hit detection. Because that was something that I had an issue with through all of BF3's lifetime. The issue is still present in BF4. It's still not perfect, because DICE have this weird, like, they're never gonna perfect the hit detection because they have this weird idea where they want to make it so that players with a 200, 300 kind of ping still have a reasonably good experience, rather than simply focusing on giving the best possible experience to, say, sub-80 ping players, which is what... So because they have this, in my opinion, fucking stupid desire to give high ping players a good experience, the hit detection is never going to be perfect, but it's finally good enough. It's definitely adequate, I would say. It feels a hell of a lot better. There's still like minor things, but now it's pretty much fine. And I mean, aside from that, the other changes to the game were quite good. So, does DICE finally get a pass now for BF4? Is, I suppose, the question. The answer is fuck no. A year after release, fixing issues which should not have ever been acceptable for the release date of the game, some of which were present in BF3. Some of the changes that vastly improved the game were simply to make it more like BF3. Those changes helped a lot, absolutely. Which raises the question of why your new game was worse than the previous one to begin with. And this is keeping in mind that BF3, although a fun game, was already itself also deeply flawed and by no means perfect. But still, the changes are good. To get into a bit more detail, there's a somewhat longer time to kill due to weapons doing a little bit less damage, which is something I never thought I would see, but I have been wanting for a long time. There are less explosions in general because they've reduced player grenade counts. The movement feels much better because it is now like BF3's movement, but the movement feels much better. Rush genuinely does feel much more balanced, which I hated Rush in BF4 previously, which was really sad for me because in BF3 Rush was my preferred game type. So it's nice that they fixed that to make it, you know, a bit more balanced. So good job on finally doing something right, DICE, I guess. But it's far too little, too late. It's not acceptable for it to take a year after the release of your game to fix something so fundamental to a multiplayer shooter as the netcode and hit detection. I know that stuff is hard to get going really well, but it's such a fundamental thing to a multiplayer shooter that it's ridiculous that the game was released in the state it was, and ridiculous that it took so long to fix it. Least of all should this be acceptable from a AAA studio working with one of the largest publishers out there. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. But still, considering how much better the game is, will I be going back to playing it regularly now? Should you go back to playing it regularly? If you like, you know, if you're not completely bored of BF3 and BF4, and I mean, the gameplay between the two is very, very similar, then, like, this is the good time, the good time to play it. This is finally the right time to play the game. I think, you know, for me, there's no way I could go back to it now. I don't care anymore. Like, it's been a year, you know? And to be honest, I find it to be kind of a boring game. You know, I got a lot of mileage out of BF3. I probably played close to 1,000 hours of BF3. BF4 being so close to being the same game, much more so than Battlefield games like in the past. You know, they'd change the setting and the mechanics would feel a bit more overhauled. This game's so similar to BF3, which I was kind of tired of by the end of its lifespan. I just don't see myself to, you know, going back to playing this game regularly. But I just wanted to make a video to finally talk about this because I feel like, you know, I made so many videos criticizing BF3, and when BF4, the few other BF4 videos I made in the past were quite critical. It's kind of nice to just have this, it's like closure, you know? You know, finally, I can't be that mad. I can be mad that it took so long, but finally, you know, the state of the game is it's all right now. Like it's okay. Enough about BF4 for the moment. I'm going to talk about something else at the end of this video, which is what we are at now for those of you who are my regular viewers. And are wondering if this video existing means that I'm going to be going back to putting up regular content. And the answer is a tentative yes. Lately there have been a lot of topics in gaming. I think a lot of you could tell when I put up that video games suck vlog a while ago that I was just, you know, I'd had it with the state of the game when it comes to video games. You know, they've just been, I was just really mad about everything. But lately there's actually been a few games, a few things that I've wanted to discuss, and I've refrained from doing so just because I kind of, you know, thinking like, oh, you know, the YouTube thing, that's not really something I do anymore. I'm not just gonna, like, make a couple videos because there's actually videos I want to make. That's fucking stupid. And then I realized that's actually not stupid. That is actually the opposite of stupid. So there are a few other videos I want to make, and they'll be coming out, you know, soonish. And I've got some ideas for stuff to run longer terms, but I kind of feel like the whole Let's Play thing is played out, at least on YouTube. I may continue to do that stuff in live streaming format, and I mean maybe upload the streams unedited, shove them over here on YouTube as well. But yeah, I think the whole Let's Play thing's kind of done, not just for my channel, but in general. I feel like it's a format that, in a lot of respects, I think its time has kind of come and gone. I think it peaked a while ago. I don't know. I'm sure there are still a few LPers that I enjoy, and I'm sure there are those of you out there who really like Let's Plays, but no, I don't really want to do that anymore, I don't think. So don't hold your breath for that. And stuff where it's just like random multiplayer gameplay. Again, I think I am gonna come back to making videos is my answer, but I think I'm only gonna make videos when there's actually something I want to talk about. Fucking crazy, I know, but I think that's gonna be a good move. I think it's going to mean that the average standard of videos I upload will be a lot higher. I think I've uploaded a lot of really shitty videos in the past because there was, you know, nothing I actually wanted to talk about, but you know, I had to make the videos. And it also means that I won't have to, with Let's Plays, you know, you kind of have to keep a pretty strict schedule or people forget what's going on and lose interest, and I don't really have the time and the commitment to do that right now. Uni is getting pretty full on. I'm, you know, entering my, I'm going to be done uni pretty soon, and it's just gotten pretty full on, and I've got other stuff going, other projects going, so, you know, the level of commitment to do those kinds of Let's Plays and, like, big series of, like, random gameplay, I don't think I'm going to be doing that. But making videos when there's something I actually want to talk about, absolutely. And I'm considering getting back into doing more reviews, like my Should You Play series and that kind of thing. You know, when there's a game that actually inspires me to do that. So, that was very rambly after the first part of the video. But hopefully it answers some questions that you might have after seeing this video about the future of this channel, whether or not it will have one. The current answer is a tentative yes, there will be more videos, but no specific promises at this moment as to exactly what schedule those will come out on or what kinds of things they will be about. I could give you some I could mention the next few videos I think I'm planning of making, but I'm not going to do that just in case they do not eventuate in a timely manner. So, thanks for watching, as always, to all of you. Thanks for, well, yeah, I mean, seriously, thanks for watching. If you've stuck it out, you know, I haven't put out a video in so long. I really appreciate it. And let me know if you liked the video, as always. Fuck it, until next time. Troubletcat out.